to take a minute to find a comfortable position for this meditation. You might choose to be seated in a chair like I am, with your feet firmly planted on the ground. You might choose to be seated on the ground, or you could even lie down, whatever feels best for you. And feel free to grab any props that will help you find more ease in the position that you choose. So if you're seated on the ground, you might maybe feel more comfortable with your back up against a wall if you have any back issues. And if your hips and low back tend to be really tight, it could help to elevate your hips by sitting on top of a firm pillow or two, or a folded blanket, or even a thick book if that's all you have available. And if you're lying down, you could give your spine some support by maybe rolling up a blanket and placing it under your neck, or even doing the same thing for underneath your knees to help support your spine a little bit more easily. So take that time, get yourself in position, and while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get the music started. And I'm also going to switch over to a picture of some ocean waves so that you're not having to see my face through the meditation if you decide to do this with your eyes open. So while you're setting up, I'm going to get the music started and the video of the ocean waves going. So once you're in position, close your eyes and allow your entire body to soften. Let go of any thoughts or concerns you're holding on to, so that you can do your best to be present in this moment. Now, gently come to the breath, focusing on the natural breath as an anchor, establishing your awareness here. Allow your breath to guide you into a relaxed, present state, each breath offering a focus, something to return back to anytime you feel your thoughts wandering throughout this meditation. Now, shift your focus from the breath to the body, scanning the head and the face first, focusing in on this area. Observe your forehead and your temples, and let any tension in the mouth and the jaw release. And then extend that awareness down through your neck, all the way through your shoulders, noticing any sensation here. Is there any tightness, tension, warmth, coolness? Whatever it is, just notice it and experience it. And now extend your focus down your arms, resting them in an effortless way. Move your focus down into your wrists, hands, and fingers. And observe whether or not there's any tingling, any pressure, itchiness, or pulsing. And now focus your attention on the chest, filling up your lungs with air as you inhale, and then letting go as you exhale. Think about filling up your lungs to the point where at the top of that inhale you can't get in one more ounce of air. And as you exhale, let it go completely and fully. Maybe even doing it through the mouth if that feels more intuitive to you. letting go, letting go, letting go. Now begin to soften your belly. Notice any softness or emotion or tightness in your belly area. And then tuning into the area of your back and noticing what's here. What sensations are you feeling? We're not trying to change anything or label anything as wrong. We're simply noticing. Feeling into the area of the pelvis. Notice how it's coming into contact with either the chair or the ground. Now extending the breath down the legs, through the knees, feeling any heaviness or lightness, coolness or warmth. And now directing your focus down to your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes, and seeing what you notice there. And now for these last few breaths, feel into the entire body, accepting everything in your experience. Observe everything with no judgment, resisting nothing. And now relax your attention, relax the body. In verse 2 of the Tao Te Ching, there's a passage that I really feel applies to what we're experiencing in the world right now. And here's that passage. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short define each other. High and low depend on each other. Before and after follow each other. To me, this passage reminds us that we cannot have good without bad or bad without good. Therefore, the bad times, the problems, and the worries we experience will 100% yield benefit if we would only take the time to look for the good that is undoubtedly within. Like a coin, everything in life has another side to it. If you begin to search diligently for the good within the bad parts of your life, every problem will become an opportunity. So maybe thinking of it not as the problem of the day, but as the opportunity of the day. I invite you to take one final breath now. Think about setting an intention as you do this to maybe practice letting go in moments when you catch yourself resisting uncertainty. See if you can become more comfortable with the fluctuations in your life so that you can experience life with more grace and ease. Now, gently notice the areas of your body that make contact with either the chair or the floor. Bringing your attention back to the room. Moving your body in any way that feels intuitive right now. So that might be wiggling fingers or toes. It might be taking a big stretch. It might be hugging your knees in if you're lying down and just rocking from side to side. As you're ready, open your eyes, coming to a seated position if you're not already in one. Keeping your focus and your breath relaxed. Let's take our hands together with the thumbs at heart center. Remember, when life knocks you down, it will pick you back up. When life takes from you, know that it will give back to you. When life seems to hurt you, it is also trying to help you grow. I'd like to take a moment to thank you for joining me today in this meditation. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll end with a namaste to each other. All right, Everett, if you would like to take control back, we are complete with this meditation, so maybe we can see if anybody has any questions or feedback.
And I'm going to check Facebook real quick. We do have, you can type your messages. There should be a little chat window to the side here, and you can type your messages. I'm also going to check Facebook here and try to funnel questions over from there as well. So one question while I'm doing that, one question I had, so I kind of go through these bouts. I guess what I'm experiencing is kind of just a roller coaster of things. I would say frustration to sadness to fear to, and then there are other, there are of course other things mixed in there. It's really great to have family time, but just to kind of navigate in those moments of peak frustration, peak emotional overload. What's like a really quick tip?
So for me, the biggest tip that has helped for my own, I've been experiencing at the beginning of all this some horrible panic attacks to the point where it felt like I couldn't breathe, not just because of what's going on with this coronavirus, but just health issues that I've been working with. And one of the biggest things that has helped me, believe it or not, is just changing the way that you say something. So when you say, I feel afraid, I feel overwhelmed, ask yourself instead, why am I feeling that? Because if you keep asking why, it's almost like a little kid, that annoying, but why, but why, but why? Eventually, if you keep asking yourself why, you'll come to that root cause. So what I've been doing is changing it to say, I choose to be, because I would never say I choose to be frustrated, I choose to be afraid, I choose to be anxious, because why would anybody want to be that way? So by changing it to say, I choose to be, and then maybe picking a phrase that feels best to you. For me, it's I choose to feel joy. That has been helping me to look around and see what is there around me that can give me just a little bit of joy. So just changing it from I feel sad to I choose to feel sad. I choose to feel joy, or I choose not to feel sad, has helped me immensely, and I've just been feeling lighter ever since I just changed that one little thing.
I like that. We have a question. Can you share where it came from again? And I'm gonna.
I'm assuming she means the Tao Te Ching verse.
Okay.
So it's from the Tao Te Ching, and I'll type that here in the comments. And it's verse 2. So there's different translations of the Tao Te Ching, and I found several, and that one was the one that I found just kind of resonated with me the best in terms of the words they chose to use. But that was from verse 2. It's a little bit longer passage. I just read a little snippet from it, but it's not, each passage is very short.
It's really nice. So one more question I had. So most of us are here and we're navigating now becoming, working from home, or we're also school teachers now. And we're getting a lot of support and a lot of help, but it's just such a different environment, and it's a lot. I think it's a lot to have on our plates, just all around. And I know that the expectations aren't as high on us as parents as they are as the school teachers at school. But through that, I know like the rapid change that the kids are experiencing as well. What's a quick tip, something we could invite them to do with us to kind of, I guess, to ease the whole, I guess, the change of everything that's been just so quick.
Well, I have a couple things. The first thing is just keep reminding yourself that we're all doing the best that we can, and anything we're doing is helping in the long run make everything the best it can be for those around us. So don't beat yourself up. Just, again, say, I choose to be doing this thing right now. You can't get it all done, most likely. I don't have little kids anymore, but I feel so, not bad, but I feel immensely for the people who are having to deal with working a full-time job while getting their children in that place where they can focus on their lessons. So when it's getting frustrating, either for you or them, step outside if you can and just take a deep breath. When I work with little kids, my young one, she's 16 now, she's 17 now, but when she was little, she used to get extremely frustrated. She has ADHD, and I really had a hard time getting her to breathe. And that's really the best thing you can do when you start to get like that, is to just stop and take a deep breath. Because when you can focus on deep breathing, it just brings that heart rate down, it brings your blood pressure down. So with kids, and this actually works for my husband too, who's also ADHD. I call it the volcano breath. And so get your hands in on it and just pretend like you're a volcano about to erupt. And so as you take that breath in, bring your arms up. And then as you breathe out, just kind of like you're exploding. And boy, that does such wonders of just letting that stress go. So it feels silly, but kids love it. So if you can get kids pretending to be a volcano, they're unknowingly practicing a really great breathing exercise.
I love that. We had another comment, just really about the I choose statement, about choosing your verbiage and how that makes a big difference. And how, thanks for that statement, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate that.
Are you able to see the comments?
I am. I opened up the chat. Yes.
Okay, then I won't read them to you. I didn't realize that. Let me check Facebook one more time, make sure we're not. And thank you for being patient with me, everyone.
This is great. I'm learning something new just by this experience, which that also fills my cup. So as you're doing that, that's another great thing to think about while we're stuck at home. Take an opportunity to learn how to do something new. I never have done a video before, and in this past week, I've done 3 now. So just anything that fills your cup, anything that makes you feel like you're doing something that is just giving you a little bit of a break from all of that stress.
We have a comment on Facebook I just wanted to send your way, that from Donna. She just is thanking you that this was really needed for her.
Oh, that makes me feel so wonderful.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a general statement from most of us here. I think just helping us navigate this, and can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming here and guiding us through this today and giving us some tips. And
You're welcome. I do have one more tip to share. This can be really great because I know a lot of people, and this was me when I very first started my meditation practice. Sitting still is really challenging for a lot of us because we're so used to being so busy and just go, go, go all day. So one thing that really worked for me in the beginning was it's called a walking meditation, and you can do it in your house. Just pick a room where you have the ability to maybe walk around either in a circle or back and forth. Outside in nature is even better. And just walk where you really focus on placing your entire foot down. So focus on placing the heel all the way to the center, all the way to your toes. And it feels silly at first because you're slowly placing each foot down, but you start to notice the feelings because everything kind of starts in the feet for a lot of us. And so as you're placing your feet down, you might notice areas of tension, and you might notice it kind of bubbles up, and just it makes you slow down. So I would encourage people to try a walking meditation if they have the ability to do that and if it's not easy to sit still.
I love that. Got another thank you. Let me check Facebook. While I'm checking Facebook, can you tell people how they can connect with you?
Yes. Yes, so I will actually I have a YouTube channel now. I just opened it this past week. So there are 2 short meditation videos on there. Both videos are under 8 minutes long, but the actual meditation part is 5 to 6 minutes. So they're real easy to follow, and I plan on putting more. Be patient because again, I'm learning how to do all of this, so the video quality, I have now some new pieces of equipment that will help make things better. But if you go to YouTube, you can search me. My name is Melanie Deal. That's like Let's Make a Deal, and it's got a picture of me, so you'll be able to easily hopefully see me. But I'll go ahead and put these the link to the channel in the comments here so that you can go there and hopefully subscribe. That way, if you subscribe, you will be able to get notified anytime a new video comes out. And my goal right now is to do 1 a week. And eventually I'll be putting some yoga videos as well, but I'm trying to get the landscape worked out where you can actually see me on the camera while I'm moving. So meditation is it right now.
That's really great. Thank you.
One more thing, I do have a Facebook page. It's called The Real Deal Yoga and Wellness. And if you join that page, I also try to put things on there for people. Sometimes it's just an inspirational quote. I know that nobody's teaching live anymore, but when I teach classes, I post those kinds of things too. So that's another good resource.
We'll put a link to that on our page.
Perfect.
I can find you. I think that'll be good. All right, give a couple of seconds here for any more questions. Let me check Facebook again. I think most of the comments are just positive comments and less questions, but
okay.
Yeah, and so thank you so much.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, it was really great. Hopefully we can do stuff like this more often in different aspects, and bring you back again would be great if you're willing to do that.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is so much fun.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to sign off here. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.